First off, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to play in a bowl game. Being in New Orleans, my old stomping grounds, is exciting in itself. But being able to play close to home for our fans to be able to make the short drive down there, we're obviously really excited for that as well. Arkansas State, obviously, I was there 2 years ago, and I got to pop on some film for about an hour today, and schematically they've changed, quite a bit. Personnel-wise, it's really very similar to when I was there. I think looking at their two deep on both sides of the ball, I think 16 of the 22 guys were there whenever I was there in some capacity, either playing, a lot of them were actually starting. They've got great speed, great explosiveness. Freddie, he's a dynamic playmaker. Freddie Knight, in their quarterback, with his feet and with his arms. So we'll have our hands full, but I'm excited.
You helped recruit most of those players on defense. What do you know about those guys? And can you coach some of those as well?
Yeah, it's a lot of the guys on defense. I know their two defensive ends can go. Chris Stone and Javon Jones are explosive on the edge. At safety, Money Hunter, who I personally recruited, I saw he had 100, and it's funny, he had a 100-yard pick six last week. I know that, but it's funny, I still talk to a lot of the guys on the team. J.D. McKissick, their slot receiver, Money Hunter being one of them, Chris Humes, who I had the opportunity to coach, is their other safety. So I have great relationships with those guys, but there was obviously no bad blood. I think Terry Mahajer, the athletic director, has done a phenomenal job there. He's really doing a great job, building that program up with the new press box and new indoor stadium. They're doing good things up there.
Coach, obviously this team's coming in pretty hot into this game, just blazing through the conference streak, and the stats say it, averaging 41 points a game. What's the biggest key to stopping this offense and getting your offense?
I think, like I said, just watching them for about an hour, I think the biggest challenge will be they give you a lot of window dressing, in motions. It's got a little Auburn to it, and the fact that their offense is a spread offense, but it's a run-first offense. Michael Gordon is a tremendous back. They do a lot of motioning and a lot of movement after the snap that if one guy's not right, it's going to create creases. And like I said, those guys have the speed to take it to the house. That's going to be, from an hour of watching film, that's already giving me a headache. So that's going to be a challenge for us.
Does their defense, their numbers, 23rd in the country in interceptions, does it remind you at all of y'all's defense last year when you led the
Yeah, statistically, it's probably very similar. I haven't watched them schematically. I know, actually have spoke to Joe Cawthon on the phone a couple times this year, and he's obviously doing a great job up there running that defense, and they have a lot of speed on that side of the ball. Schematically, I couldn't tell you what they do though.
Common opponents, I don't know how much you could take into account, but of course they played ULL and I think beat them by 10 points. Can you take anything away from common opponents like that?
You really don't, especially, teams change based off of what they see, play calls and formations and the whole nine. So, I really don't take anything from a common opponent.
What type of recruiting implications does this game have? I know that y'all have done well in New Orleans and South Louisiana in general the last couple of years.
I think it's a enormous opportunity for us. A lot of the kids from New Orleans, because they play on Friday nights, don't necessarily get to come up here on Saturdays. So I think just being able to get in front of their eyes and then being at 8 o'clock on the opening day of bowl games, I think is big time, across the state. But anytime you can go down there and there's going to be a lot of buzz about the bowl all week leading up to it and putting on a good show, it obviously is going to affect recruiting.
Got a chance to tell the team what was their reaction?
Oh, they were excited. First and foremost, I think it didn't matter if we went to Timbuktu. Our kids, after last week, they want to get that taste out of their mouth. So it didn't matter who we played or where we played it. We just want to put the ball down and play. But obviously being in state, and we have a contingency of kids from South Louisiana, that'll be closer to home and being able to play in front of more family and friends than maybe even up here in Ruston. So the kids were excited.
Anything else? All right.
Appreciate it.